Okay, so last part we had seen velocity analysis by using relative velocity method. Okay, so now we will see the velocity in mechanism by one more method, that is known as instantaneous center method, also known as I center method. So instantaneous is marked by I. Okay, so let us see what are the things in this. So properties of the instantaneous center. So a rigid link that rotates instantaneously relative to another link at the instantaneous center for the configuration of the mechanism that is considered, and the two rigid links have no relative, that is linear velocity part, okay, relative to each other at the instantaneous center, and at this point, that is instantaneous center, the two rigid links have the same linear velocity relative to the third rigid link. Okay, in other words, the velocity of the instantaneous center related to any third rigid link will be same whether the instantaneous center is regarded as a point on the first rigid link or on the second rigid link. Okay, so let us understand what is this instantaneous center. So you can see any mechanism, there will be number of links considered here. For example, you can see a 4-bar mechanism here. So totally 4 bars are there which are connected to getting a 4-bar mechanism, and in this case the number of instantaneous center in a constant kinematic chain is equal to the number of possible combination of two links. Okay, and the number of pairs of the links or the number of instantaneous center is nothing but the number of combination of n links taken two at a time. So mathematically, if you calculate the number of instantaneous center, it is denoted by capital N. Okay, so number of instantaneous center for capital N is equal to n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So when small n is the number of links. Okay, so suppose you have the number of links as 4 in a 4-bar mechanism, you know that the number of links is 4. So in that case, how many instantaneous center will be getting? Capital N will be how much? Any one of you can tell me the
6, sir. 6.
Yes. So a 4-link mechanism will have 6 instantaneous center. Okay. So instantaneous center are nothing but it is connecting from two links, whichever two links are there, that a combination of two links. For example, 1 to 2. Okay, so I12 will be one instantaneous center. Okay, I12. Then if for 2 and 3 connection, you have to consider the instantaneous center for 2 and 3 will be I23. Okay, similarly 3 to 4, the instantaneous center will be I34. Okay, so and again 1 to 4, the connection will be I14. So how many instantaneous center you got? Like this, 4. Then other two, what will be the combination? Any two links. So mathematically, if there are possible, there can for 4 number of links, there can be maximum up to 6 I centers. Okay, so 1 2, then 2 3, 3 4, 1 4, and then 2 4, and then 1 3. Okay, so possible combinations. So possible combination, there can be only 6 combinations which are possible. Okay, so this is the calculation of number of instantaneous center. So why this instantaneous center is calculated? So what happens here? Actually, whenever there is two rigid links which have no relative velocity to each other, okay, that forms the instantaneous center. So it means at this point, that is at instantaneous center, so the two rigid links have the same linear velocity related to the third link. Okay, that's why the I center method means I center location, that point becomes very important. So at that time, what will have the same linear velocity will be considered at that point. Okay, so let us see what are the different types of instantaneous center. So the instantaneous center, there are maybe different basically there are 3 different types. One is fixed instantaneous center. Okay, so you can see in this figure, if you see the figure, ABCD is a 4-bar mechanism, and ABCD is marked over here, and AD is a fixed link, that is link 1, and then let us say consider this AB as link 4 and BC as link 3 and CD as link 2. Refer this figure. In this case, there may be a fixed type of instantaneous center, or it may be permanent instantaneous center, or it may be neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center. So let us see what are the things. So first two types, that is fixed and permanent instantaneous centers, are together also known as primary instantaneous centers, and the third type is known as the secondary instantaneous center. Okay, so consider a 4-bar mechanism here, ABCD. So the number of instantaneous center for this 4-bar mechanism so will be 6. So as you told now, so whenever you can substitute in this n, small n value, so 4 if you substitute, so 4 into 4 minus 1 divided by 2 you will getting as 6. Okay, so totally 6 combinations are possible. Now you can see the marking over here. Okay, so where you can see 1 4, 1 2 and 3 4 and I 2 3. Okay, whichever is marked over on these points, so automatically they are already there in the mechanism. You don't need to draw a separate instantaneous center for this. Okay, so already they are known, so that's why they are known as primary instantaneous center. Okay, so the instantaneous centers, okay, I12 and I14, so I12 and I14, because already there, it is there in the figure, you can see, and it is fixed part, so it is known as fixed instantaneous centers, and as they remain in the same place for all configuration of the mechanism, because I12 and I14, they are nothing but fixed here. Okay, so whenever you consider two links here at a joint of two links, you can get this I center for that. Okay, so in this case, combination here 1 and 4 is there, which is having here, so 1 and 4 here I14, and 1 2 here link 2, you are getting I12 at this point. Okay, so this two I12 and I14, they are fixed instantaneous centers, and instantaneous center I23 and I34. Okay, that is at the top side. Okay, this is I23 and this is I34, that is at point B and C. Okay, so in this case they are known as permanent instantaneous centers, as they move when the mechanism moves, but the joints are the permanent nature. So even if it will move as B and C, the points is going to move when it is going to give the motion, but still the location of that I center will be same here, only the position will be changed automatically, but the I center is always I34 and I23. Okay, so that's why they are known as permanent I centers, as they move when the mechanism moves. Now the last type, you can see I13 and I24 drawn by the pink lines there, pink dashed lines. So they are not there actually in this mechanism. Okay, they have to be located. They are easily not available, and you have to do some construction to get those things. Okay, so I13 and I24 are not there. So therefore the instantaneous centers I13 and I24 are neither fixed nor permanent. Okay, instantaneous centers, as they vary with the configuration of the mechanism, means they are not easily available in the given mechanism. You need to do some construction for that. So that's why they are known as secondary instantaneous center, as well as they are nothing but neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous centers. Okay, so this blue color, they are nothing but the I center, whatever you are getting here, they are known as all primary I centers, and this I13 and I24 which is to be drawn and not neither fixed nor permanent, so they are known as secondary I centers. Okay, so let us understand a Kennedy-Arnold Kennedy theorem for this. So this the Arnold Kennedy's theorem states that if three bodies move relatively to each other, they have three instantaneous centers and lie on a straight line. Okay, so you can see in this, if you have three links like this, if you have considered here ABC and three links over here, so for three number of links, the I center also will be, for this instantaneous center will also be 3 into 3 minus 1 by 2. So in this case number of instantaneous center will be 3. Okay, so they have discussed the theorem like this. So if three bodies move relative to each other, they have 3 instantaneous centers and lie at a straight line. So you can see this at the intersection of these links, automatically you get A and B, here IAB, A and C you get IAC, B and C combination you get IBC. Okay, so like this the theorem can be considered. So if you go into detail, so 2 instantaneous centers at the pin joints of B with A and C with A, that is IAB and IAC are the permanent instantaneous center, and according to the Aronhold-Kennedy's theorem, the third instantaneous center IBC must lie on the same line joining IAB and IAC. Okay, so in order to prove this, so let us consider that the instantaneous center IBC lies on the line joining IAB and IAC here. Okay, and then the point IABC belongs to the both the links B and C. So if you consider the link point IBC on the link B, and its velocity VBC must be perpendicular to the line joining IAB and IBC. So now consider the point IBC on the link C. So its velocity VBC must be perpendicular to the line joining IAC and IBC. Okay, so the velocity of the instantaneous center is same whether it is regarded as a point on the first link or as a point on the second link. So therefore the velocity of the point IBC cannot be perpendicular to both lines IAB and IBC or IAC and IBC. Okay, unless the point IBC lies on the line joining the points IAB and IAC. Okay, so thus all the 3 instantaneous center which are possible must lie on the same straight line. So the exact location of the IBC on line IAB and IAC depends upon the direction and the magnitudes of the angular velocity of B and C relative to A. Okay, so when you solve the problems, that time you will understand clearly how to get this. So how to locate these eye centers? Suppose there may be different cases. When you get direct connection from link 1 to link 2, okay, in the first figure A you can see, if you get link 1 and link 2 like this, directly you will be getting the instantaneous center at that joint only, I12. Here in the figure A it is very easy, but in the next figure you can see when it is having a curved surface. So if there is a disc like this, link 2, so link 1 it is fixed at the all figures we are considered as link 1 as fixed. So here 1 to 2 at this point, okay, whenever there is a contact, you can see this contact between 1 and 2, that is considered as I12. Okay, and next case you can see the next example is of a slider. Okay, this slider is going to slide on this. So link 2 is a slider. So what will happen here in slider? Always slider, that in eye center will be always infinity. Okay, in the slider, because you will not get exact eye center for this. So always I12 here in this case for the slider, it will be at infinity. You can see I12 is shown by a pink line here. So it is at infinity, you can't predict it. Okay, it will be at infinity. Okay, so just perpendicular to this slider, you can just draw a straight line like this, you get a infinity. Okay, similarly for other types of surface, for curved surface you can see. So if one is like the bulging part here, and you can see the slider on this part. So again I12, it is very difficult to trace, it will be again imaginary part. Okay, similarly for the last link 2, you can see the slider, you can see on the curved path. So locating getting the location at the center of this here. Okay, so this all things we can understand by when you solve the problem. Okay, so let us understand the procedure how to locate the eye centers in a mechanism. Okay, so there are some procedures, so you can just note down the procedure, then you can solve the problem. Okay, so let us solve 4-bar mechanism. Okay, the same 4-bar mechanism what we saw here. Okay, so you already know what is a 4-bar mechanism. So we take the example of 4-bar mechanism and solve this problem. So first let us take the procedure for this, later we will solve the problem. Okay, so first step to solve in the problem is that first you need to find out the number of eye centers. So number of instantaneous center, that will be calculated by capital N. So capital N is equal to n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So for a 4 bar mechanism, 4 links will be there. So automatically you will be getting 6. Okay. And by bookkeeping method, okay, bookkeeping table, you have to draw this table. So links on the another side, total I centers which are there, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 links are there. So I'll give 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have to give the combinations which are possible. You can see 1 with 2. Okay, like 1, 2. Then 1 with respect to 3. 1 with respect to 4. So how many combinations I got? For here, first one, for link number 1, there may be combination from 1 to 2, 1 to 3 and 1 to 4. Okay. Then coming to the second link, what are the combination possible? 2 to 3, then 2 to 4. Okay. So 2 and 3, again 2 and 4 combination. Okay. 2 and 1 is not possible because already we have taken 1 and 2. 1 and 2 or 2 and 1 is nothing but same. Okay. So 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, it will be nothing but same. So again we will not repeat it. So 1, 2 is already over. So 2 and 1 we don't have to take. So 2 and 3 and 2 and 4. So next, third one, third link, third combination with respect to 3 and 4. So 3, 2 already done. 2, 3 is nothing but 2, 3 is nothing but same. 3 and 1 also, 1, 3 is already taken here. So only remaining is 3, 4. Okay. So 3, 4. Then fourth one, already all are there in this. Okay. So no need to again repeat it because 4, 1 already is taken as 1, 4 here. 4, 2 again already taken as 2, 4. So 4, 3 is also 3, 4 is already there. So you can see, so only 6 possible cases are there. That is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4 and 1, 4. So total 6 I centers are possible. Okay, so that you can take a table and always draw this. So this table will be same always. So there will not be any change. So just remember this also, or you can just follow the step what I have told. Okay, so for any 4 links, always you will be getting 6 instantaneous centers. So these are the 6 I centers possible. Whether you take 4 bar mechanism or slider crank, so both are having 4 links. So always you will be getting the same I centers. Okay. Next step, third step is to locate the fixed and permanent I centers. That is by inspection. So instantaneous center I just consider as I only. Okay. So I center I will consider it as I center always. So in this I12 and I14, so they are nothing but fixed instantaneous center. You can see in this figure I12 and I14 already we have taken it as fixed instantaneous center, and then I23 and I34 are the permanent instantaneous center that also available on that mechanism. So you can mark this I12, I14, then I23, I34, or directly you can mark. Okay, so mark this I12 and I14 are fixed I centers, and I23 and I34 are the permanent I centers. Okay, so you will be getting like this. Mark 1, 2, 3, 4 links here, and at this combination 1 and 4 I14, 1 and 2 I12, 2 and 3 I23, 3 and 4 I34. Okay, so mark these 4 points now. Okay, so you'll be getting these 4 first. Then what you can do, you can just tick mark on this table. Okay, so what I got now? What I got now? First I got I12, I14. So I will just tick mark I12, I14. Then 2, 3 is also there, 2 and 3 combination. So I will go 2, 3. Then 3, 4. So these 4 are directly available on my mechanism only. Okay. Next, you have to find out 1, 3 and 2, 4. So this is a special one. Okay. So this you have to use some method to solve this. Okay, so let us see this. So for this you have to use a circle diagram. So circle diagram method is there, so that you need to use. Okay, so how to use this circle diagram I will tell you. All are listening? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, are you
Yes, sir.
understanding the things?
Yes, sir. Understanding.
Yes, yes. Okay. So just draw along with me. Okay, this circle diagram so that you will understand. First, you have to draw one circle. Draw one circle, just freehand circle or just using rounder without any dimension. These are not for any dimension, just for how to locate it I am telling you. So draw one circle. In that, what you can do, in that how many links are there in a mechanism, that you need to consider as to draw a polygon inside the circle. For example, in this 4 links are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to draw a square. Okay, if 5 links are there, you have to draw a pentagon. If 6 links are there, you can draw a hexagon like that. Okay, so 4 links means 4 sides should be there. So for 4 sides, you will be getting a rectangle or a square. Okay, so what I have to draw? I have to take a 4 sides. I will take 1. I will take 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, I will take 4 sides here inside a circle 1, 2, 3 and 4. So just inscribe a rectangle or a square inside a circle like this. Okay, so you'll be getting 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and mark this numbering inside that as 1, 2, 3 and 4, and also got the corners 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, then what you can do after drawing this, see now, if you want to get the combination of 1 and 2, okay, 1 and 2, what you get directly, it is available here. Okay, so if you see here 1 and 2, if you want to get intersection of, it is nothing but 1 and 2. Okay, so if you want to get 2, 3, automatically 2, 3 is available. Same way 3 and 4, 3, 4 is also available. 1 and 4 also 1 and 4 is available. So now to get this I1 3, okay, so I should get a combination from 1 and 3. So how to get 1 and 3 here in this diagram? That is the only way to get I1 3 is nothing but to join a diagonal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 are continuous. So if I want to join from 1 and 3, I have to take a diagonal, right? So just join with a hidden line 1 and 3. So to get the combination of 1, 3. Okay.
Sir, how you marked one there only, sir, at circle? How you marked one?
Just a free one, man. Just a freehand sketch, freehand, just without any dimension. Take one circle and inscribe 4 sides for that. Okay. Randomly you take 1, 2, 3, 4 because only I am considering this 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay. After that, same combinations you will be getting. You take any side. You will take 1, 2, 3, 4 from here or here anyway. Finally, the values will be nothing but same. Okay, just I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4. You can take from here also 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. Finally, I want the combination and then I can from there how to calculate I will tell you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have to join this diagonal 1, 3. Okay, so 1, 3 combination, how will I get? So if you want to get this 1, 3 now, it will be the combination of, how, which one? It will be combination of 1, 4, right? 1, 4, then 3, 4, right? On the one side, diagonal, this side, the combination of 1, 3, what you are getting here? 1, 4, and 3 4, right? 1 4 3 4. Then on this side 1 4 3 4, and this side which one is there? 1 2 2 3.
2 3.
1 2 and then 2 3. Okay, so now for 1 3 I have to take these combinations on one side. So what I can do now, go to the figure what you have drawn. In this case, to get I13 now, what you have to take? You have to take combination coming from I1, that is 1 4 and 3 4. So what I am getting? Where is 1 4? Here 1 4. Where is 3 4? It is here. Okay, so I14 I34 means this line, that is this fourth one, fourth number, fourth what is shown here. Okay, so I14 I34, this line, then 1 2 and 2 3. Okay, that is this is 1 2 and this is 2 3. Okay, now this 2, so this line and then this line I have to consider. And if I extend these two lines here, you can see at the top it is going to meet at the top. If you take it below, it is not going to meet at all. So the only thing it will meet at, it will be at the top side. Okay, so now extend this line I14 I34 combination towards top side, and 1 2 and 2 3 also extend it towards top. So it will meet at this point known as I13. Okay, so you got I13 combination like this. Clear? In the same way, now I will take the next one as which is left one 2 4. Okay, now we will take 2 4. So if you take a line and draw 2 4 here like this, so now what is the combination for 2 4 you have to consider? So 2 4, how will you get combination of 2 4? 2 4 is here.
2 3.
So 1 2
2
here.
3 4 3.
Yes, 1 2
2
here.
3 4 3.
So first 1 2, then 1 4, 1 2 1 4 here on one side, and then one more this side, that is 2 3 and
4,
then
3.
3 4. 2 3 and then 3 4. So these two lines together. Okay, so this and this line. So now 2 4, how to consider? Just we'll see 1 2 now. So where is 1 2? This one. Okay, then what is 1 4? It is here. So these two combination you have to consider, mean this is line. So this line I have to extend it. So first one I got it. Next one is 2 3 and 3 4. So where is 2 3? This is 2 3 and this is 3 4. Okay, so this line. So this line, these two lines I have to extend now. So what I am getting, this is horizontal, automatically the same horizontal I extend here, and on this one I have extended 2 3 and 3 4 here. So this is going to meet at this intersection point. This will be I24. Okay, so now I got 2 4. So using this circle diagram, it becomes easy to find out this. Okay, just by practice, automatically, directly without drawing the circle diagram also, will come to know how to get this. Okay, by practice it will come to know. Okay, so initially how to find out this, it will be this circle diagram is going to help you to locate this eye centers. Okay, so you can adopt this circle diagram. So go by combination. So just draw a diagonal line, and remaining side you can just get the combinations. Okay, so if 2 and 2 4 is there, 2 3 and 3 4 one side, 1 2 and 1 4 one another side. So this combination you have to take. Similarly, if you want to get 1 3 this side, 1 3, that time you can use 1 2 2 3 and then 3 4 and 1 4 like this. Okay, so the same steps are given here. So I'll just not cover this. Directly I'll go with the problem. Okay, so in this problem, it is a again 4-bar mechanism. So in a pin jointed 4-bar mechanism, as shown in this figure, So here the length of the links are again given, AB, then BC, then CD, and then AD. All the dimensions are given, and then the angle BAD is also already given 60 degree, and the crank AB rotates uniformly at a speed of 100 rpm he has given. So that is nothing but if 100 rpm is given, so omega can be calculated by 2 pi n by 60. So this NAB is given, speed of the link AB is given, so omega will be 2 pi n by 60. So 2 pi into 100 by 60 will be getting 10.47 radians per second, and since the length of the crank AB is 300 mm, so we take it as in the form of meters, so it is 0.3 meters. Okay, so first we have to find out the getting the velocity of point B on the link AB, that can be also measured, then automatically other things can be measured. So the same problem you can use relative velocity also, and now we will solve by using eye center. So you will be getting same results by any method. Okay, so now instantaneous center method he has told to calculate. Okay, so how to get this, that we will see now. So first you have to draw this mechanism as it is with the dimensions given. Okay, so you can take a suitable scale, 1:10, like that. I think 600 mm, yes, you can take a scale of 1:10. So automatically you can get 60 and 600 mm as 60 mm here. Then angle 60 degrees given. You can draw a line like this and construct the 4-bar mechanism. Okay, then after drawing this 4-bar mechanism, you can calculate now omega AB is given, so VB can be calculated. Omega AB is nothing but into, if you multiply by AB, you get the velocity, so you get 3.141 meter per second. Okay, so now just now I told you the procedure how to solve this by eye center. So first step is calculation of number of eye centers. So same method will be adopting. So n is equal to 6, when you know that small n is equal to 4 number of links. So now calculate the number of eye centers. So total 6 eye centers are there. So already I have told you the bookkeeping method. So the table what you have drawn, that will be getting a combination of all the 6 eye centers, that is I12, I14, I34, I23, I13 and I24. Okay, so after that you can locate the eye centers like this. Okay, so same method. So use this circle diagram method, and you will be getting combination like this. So first draw this 1, 2, 3, 4, then locate eye centers directly here. So I12 and I2, I14, I23 and I34 will be getting directly here, and then I24 will be getting here. So you can see this is inclined here, so this will move on the left side. Okay, so where it is going to intersect, you should follow that. So in this problem you can see I24 is located on the left side, and then I13 again located at top side only. Okay, so first calculate all the eye centers. Okay, that is I12, I14, I34, I23 directly will be getting over the mechanism only, and then I24 and I13 you can get by taking the extension of these lines. Okay, once you get these eye centers, I will tell you the procedure, that is become very simple. Main thing is eye center. Once you get eye center, it is very easy to solve. So if you want to find out the velocity of point B now, that is this point. Velocity of point B already you have calculated here, VB 3.141 meter per second. So what is asked here? You have to find out the angular velocity of the link BC. Okay, so this angular velocity of this link BC has told to calculate. So VB, you know, already it is omega BC into I13B. Okay, so you have to measure I13B. So measure I13B, that is this distance. Measure I13B, this distance in your scale, and then just I13 whatever value you get. So omega BC is nothing but VB divided by I13B. So I13B measurement, from the given measurement you got 0.5 meters, that is 500 mm. So I will place it over here. I13B value 0.5. So VB already I got the value. So omega BC becomes 6.282 radians per second. Okay, so like this you can solve the problem. So main thing is that you should be able to draw this eye centers. After that the problem becomes very simple. Directly you need to solve within 1 or 2 steps. So first you should understand how to locate the eye centers. Okay, all of you got this? All of you got this? Darshan,
Yes, sir.
got this? What I told you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you can draw this. So I'll just tell some of the basic things here. So I think first you should be able to clearly draw the mechanism ABCD. Okay, then you draw the combinations like this. So this, extend these lines correctly, then take proper scale, and then automatically you can get the values directly. Okay, so first take down the dimension and try to solve it.